Hey there! We would love to hear what you would have done differently, so please tell us in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos. Authentic Egusi Soup Recipe, Nigerian style. Prep time 30 minutes, cook time 1 hour, servings 4 to 6. For the protein, you'll need 500 grams of assorted meat. This can be goat meat, beef, cow tripe, shaki, or chicken. 1 cup of stockfish, which is optional but should be pre-soaked and cleaned. 1 cup of dried fish, such as panla or mangala, deboned and washed. And pomo, or cow skin, which is also optional and should be cut into small pieces. For the soup base, you'll need 2 cups of egusi or melon seeds ground, 2 tablespoons of ground crayfish, 1 large onion chopped, 2 to 3 tablespoons of ground pepper, which can be Scotch bonnet, habanero, or dry pepper, 2 to 3 seasoning cubes like Maggi, Knorr, or your preferred brand, salt to taste, and finally 2 to 3 cups of meat stock or water. For the oil and vegetables, you'll need about 1 to 1.5 cups of palm oil. You can adjust this according to your preference. Then, you'll need 2 to 3 cups of leafy vegetables. You can use bitter leaf, but make sure it's washed thoroughly to reduce the bitterness. Alternatively, you can use ujiu leaves, which are fluted pumpkin leaves chopped, or spinach chopped. Now let's move on to preparing the meat and fish. First, clean the meat. Wash the goat meat, beef, or chicken thoroughly. If you're using tripe, also known as shaki, make sure it is well cleaned. Next, season the meat by adding salt, seasoning cubes, and chopped onions. After that, add water and boil the meat until it's tender. This could take anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes, depending on the type of meat. Be sure to keep the stock, or broth, for later. Moving on to preparing the egusi paste. Step 2 is to grind the egusi seeds. You can use a dry blender or a food processor to grind the egusi into a powder. Once you have the ground egusi, mix it into a paste. In a bowl, add a little water to the ground egusi to form a thick paste. This helps create a lumpy texture in the soup. Step 3. Cooking the egusi soup. Heat palm oil. In a large pot, heat the palm oil on medium heat. Don't let it bleach. Add chopped onions and fry for 1 to 2 minutes until fragrant. Scoop the egusi paste into the pot in small lumps. Allow the lumps to fry a bit before stirring gently. Fry for about 10 to 15 minutes, stirring occasionally. You will notice the egusi becoming dry and crumbly. Step 4. Add meat and fish. Combine the proteins. Add the boiled meat, stockfish, dried fish, and pomo, if using, into the soup. Stir everything together and allow it to cook for another 10 to 15 minutes on low heat so that the meat absorbs the flavors. Step 5. Add vegetables. Wash the vegetables. If using bitter leaf, wash thoroughly to reduce bitterness. For ugu or spinach, rinse with water and chop. Stir the vegetables into the soup and let them cook for 5 to 7 minutes until tender. Taste and adjust salt, pepper, or seasoning cubes if needed. Alright, now for the final touch. Stir the soup well and let it rest for a few minutes off the heat. Serve hot with any Nigerian swallow of your choice. Pounded yam, iba, gari, fufu, amala, semovita, rice, optional but loved by some. Additional cooking tips. Texture preference. If you like your egusi soup thicker, reduce the liquid. If you prefer it lighter, add more stock, lumps or smooth. Frying the egusi paste in lumps gives a more textured soup. If you prefer a smoother soup, blend the egusi with onions and water before adding it to the pot. Palm oil. Egusi soup is traditionally rich in oil. However, you can reduce the amount if you prefer a lighter soup. Smoked fish. For a smoky flavor, consider adding smoked catfish. Storage and reheating refrigeration. Store in an airtight container and refrigerate for up to 5 days. Freezing. Egusi soup freezes well for up to 3 months. Reheating. Warm on low heat. If the soup thickens in the fridge, add a little water while reheating. Serving suggestions. Pair with chilled drinks like zobo, hibiscus drink, palm wine, or Chapman. Complement with pepper sauce or grilled fish for an elevated meal experience.